Hello, everybody. We are so glad to see you guys today. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Boozy Planner-O-Rama. I am Lisa Daly, and of course, as always, is with me the fabulous Carol Brown.
It is I, Caro.
It is I, Caro. I'm excited to do some planning today because my weekend has taken me off track. So I feel like, okay, I have a busy week happening. I need to make sure I'm really buttoned up as far as what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. So, as always, the Boozy Planner-O-Rama could not have come at a better time. Let's say hello. Actually, let's do quick intros. You can start.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, my name is Caro Brown. I'm a room fantasy author. Lisa wanted to start doing these like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like, let's get drunk and plan together. I was like, that sounds like an amazing idea. We should do that. So
And
the
the
plan
Boozy Planner-O-Rama was born.
So the planner that I use for the most part is actually Notion. That's what I use to track my day-to-day stuff. But today I'm actually working on my hashtag Hold My Latte 2020 planner because I've kind of reached a point where I need to stop staring at a screen all day. And so this is kind of like how I'm doing that. But that's what I'm working on today, and that's who I am. So thank you for having me.
Very nice. You're not thinking we were co-hosts and we switch off channels. Well, thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm Lisa Daly. I write romantic comedies, contemporary romance, and I don't know what else I write, and nonfiction dating and writing advice. And the planner that I am using is an Erin Condren planner, which I love. Here's my front. Isn't that cute? So I use the Erin Condren planner, but I also use Notion for my day-to-day stuff, and I love it. I will tell you one of the things I love the most about Notion is that there are some activities that we do over and over and over and over again, one of those being book launches. And one of the things I love about Notion is it has like a Kanban board as one of your options for how you're seeing your planning, and which I love. And the other thing is that I can do a book launch and move, the stuff from to do to doing to done. And then when I'm all done with the launch, move everything back to do for the brand new book launch. And so for those repetitive activities, I love it. I mean, I like it for other reasons too. It's great, but that in particular has been very helpful.
I kind of use it almost like a rolling weekly, like how you have things that you do constantly. So like, I mean, you see a snippet into like the craziness of my life because you and I share one for a project. But sometimes like what I do is I have like the one thing that I have to do every day, like as soon as I do it, I just move it over to like the next day. So it always looks insane because it looks like my next day is like super freaking busy, followed by like no busy days, but it just kind of like migrates over to like, the next day.
I think that works I really do love the setup of Notion, but I think that works. And I will say one of the things that I learned from you was that you could make pretty covers for all of your little tasks.
Yeah.
And I was not doing that before until I saw your board, and I was like, what is this magic?
What is this magic that I can do?
I know. I really love it. So my promo board, which I'm again using over and over again. So like it's worth it to spend a little extra time to have like little icons and covers for those. Yeah, so I'm doing that for that. I love it. Like it looks so sort of buttoned up and awesome. Let's say hello to our friends in the chat, shall we?
Yes.
I'm sort of getting used to my new microphone here. Because I got like a low arm. I don't have like the high one that comes down, which I love because I can sort of push it like to the side where it ends up kind of nested underneath my standing desk where my treadmill is. But I'm not quite used to it being right here yet. So we'll see how that goes. All right. SD is here. Hello. I see Carol was first. SD was second. Yeah. So that's very nice. Make friends with the like button. Thank you, SD. You are so sweet. RC Scott is here to give us crap about planning tonight. So we're very happy to see you here. Exotic expression, dance fitness. Yay. Gonna get a couple things done. I'll be back in time for the beginning. Yay. Super excited about this. Barrett's here. We invited Barrett to come on today. I can't speak. And Barrett is all about the deep nap life. Big hugs, have all the fun, catch the replay on a rare moment of consciousness. Thank you for being here, Barrett, even if it's just for a little bit. We all hope you feel better. I too am embracing the nap life. I got up for no reason. I got up at 3:45 this morning, could not go back to sleep. And then and I was up for like hours, and then I took a little nap, and I still feel like I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, all right, we have like a little back and forth. This radiant life is here. Hello, we're very glad to see you. Hi, I made it to the Planner-O-Rama. Yay! We're very glad. Very, very glad. All right, a little highs all around. Esty wants to know how Barrett was feeling. He went for a nap. That's okay. We're very glad. So thank you. Thank you so much. That's very, very sweet of you. We really appreciate it. How is everybody this evening? I am interested in knowing that as well. Also, what are you guys working on planner wise? I actually like normally plan for the month. I have like such an insane week next week. I really just feel like I need to get my week really buttoned up. So that's what I'm working on. What are you going to be working on?
Not that I want to cut you off or interrupt you. Are we doing 10 or 15-minute sessions this time?
Oh, let's do 15, I think.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm really just working on page layouts because, and I don't want to like hog up the screen time with talking about this, but like, but
it's just
like,
us. Hog away.
Hog. So what I'm working on is kind of planning out like my bigger projects, like the novels that are going to be like 50 to 60,000 words. And I usually make that like the dedicated book of the month where I write the shorts like on Saturday and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm working on a little bit, but I'm kind of doing what I call productive procrastination, in that instead of actually working on that, I've decided that setting up my page layouts first is what I need to do, which I don't. So it's the thing that you do that makes you feel like you're getting stuff done when you should be working on something else, you know. Maybe somebody in the chat will relate to me. I don't know.
I relate to you. I totally have that. I think everybody does, especially like if you are really busy, but your brain's just not in a good place to do whatever the big project is. And so you're like, well, I just want to make progress. And so I'll do these other things, which maybe move you forward and maybe don't.
I just need my dopamine fix. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Like I finished something. So this is what I'm drinking tonight. I was, digging through the refrigerator. It's like a Planter's Punch. I did not have what I really wanted was just like a really nice little glass of Prosecco, but I had a bottle that was open and it was kind of flat. And so I made this weird drink out of spiced rum and cherry 7-Up and a little splash of grenadine because that's
a great name for it though, Panzer's Punch, because you didn't know what you were doing.
I love, and because we're on a writing Planner-O-Rama, so Panzer's Punch. That's hard to say. Say that 3 times. Panzer's Punch, Panzer's Punch, Panzer's Punch. Let's say it again 3 times after I finish drinking this, and we'll see how that works. Okay. So that's good. Okay, so I'm going to plan my week. You are going to plan your big projects, which I normally I know what I'm doing for the month, but I also have like a crazy busy schedule next week, which is why I really need to get my week buttoned up. So everybody in the chat, we are so glad you're here. We're going to keep saying hi to people. But let us know what you guys are working on, planning this week. And we're going to go through and say, hey, to some folks, and then we will come back and do a little planning, and then we'll do like a little 15-minute Planner-O-Rama. Yeah. All right. So this Radiant Life, I'm going to start out drinking coffee since it's only 5 p.m. here, but I did just buy the Snoop Dogg wine.
I've seen that. Have you tried that?
I have not. I didn't know that was a thing. And so,
oh man, do you got Publix down where you are?
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Oh, they're all over the Publix. Yeah. Snoop's everywhere down there. Yeah. He's by the Classy Reds.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, Publix is, I think if you live in Florida, you're shopping at Publix or, Whole Foods, but Publix is actually a pretty great chain with the exception of some of their political choices we will not go into,
Oh,
but grocery wise, it's pretty good. All right, Benu is going to be working on handwriting a new outline while my computer reinstalls Windows. Oh, that's so frustrating. SD, I'm working towards a drained N as well, but I have a little bit in me still to get some planning done. Yay! Very, very glad. All right, very, very nice. We have lots of highs back and forth. Sakochumi's here. Hello, Sako. We are very, very glad to see you. She says, I still can't get over how awesome your interview was. I think she's talking about Sako. Yeah. All right.
nice.
Fantastic. Very
Well
good.
done.
Congratulations.
I apologize. I wasn't tracking the chat to give you context this time.
No, I know. Sako's drinking screwdrivers while planning tonight. RC is curious about the interview. So if somebody's got a link, you can drop that in. That would be fantastic. This Radiant Life says, I need a better plan for my writing. Does anyone have any tips for getting some writing done when depression is a constant problem? I can't just continue to skip days. I'm working with my
write
doctor
10
on it.
words. That's my tip. As somebody who just came out of it, just say write 10 words. You'll write 10 words, and if you do more than 10 words, that's cool. But if you write 10 words, at least you've got 10 words. That's my tip.
Yeah, I really think there's something to that because in the beginning, you're like, okay, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm not going to force myself to write when I feel so crappy. And then what happens is days turn into weeks, turn into months, and then you feel worse about not writing. And yeah, so I think that starting really small with 10 words or, maybe you can bump it up to 20 the next day or the next week, but just something small where you're like, because I know how it is when you're depressed. Sometimes like just getting out of bed to take a shower feels like this
hard,
right? It's like this monumental feat.
It's like we've recently gone through this together.
Yeah, I know, right? So if you have that, like 10 words, that's like a sentence or two sentences. And a lot of times once you just get started, for me, I would make myself write for like 10 or 15 minutes. So I would put the time in, I wouldn't do anything else. And sometimes I would get like one word, sometimes I would get no words, but sort of having myself get back into the chair was really helpful. But I think like starting with a tiny goal, 10 words, 20 words, 50 words, whatever feels doable that day. It's a really good way to manage it.
I'm going for a walk. I know that's like it's in Japan it's called the air bath. But basically it's like if you really like are feeling low, just go like take a quick walk up and down the block and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, I didn't mean to jump in and interrupt you. There's actually some really good research, especially for women, that being outside is helps to relieve some depressive symptoms, which because you have a degree in psychology. I'm so happy I could help you with these things today, Caro. And the other thing is that the act of walking itself stimulates creativity. So just
vitamin D, exercise, all that.
Yeah, 10 minutes up and down the block or up and down the driveway if up and down the block feels like too much, just whatever it is that you can do. We totally get it.
And I think the last tip is if sorry, not to
hold you up
on that, but the last tip is if you feel like you should be working on something but your brain it wants to focus on something else, when you feel like that and when you're in the pits like that, just go work on the other thing. Like you have my permission, right? Like you can go do it. It's fine. Because at least you're working on something that you like and that you're interested in and that you're motivated in, and that's going to help pull you out rather than saying I have to work on this thing that I really don't care about right now. So
yeah, it can be really difficult to make yourself care when you don't. So I get it. I mean, I write romantic comedies and it's hard. This is going to come as a big surprise to everyone, but it's harder to be funny when you're depressed. So yeah, I mean, it's harder to write when you're depressed, anything, but comedy is like even worse. All right. So Sako says personify your depression and have conversations with it in writing. All right. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, that's like talking to one of my characters.
I do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I read who I think is great, find passages that move me in some way, then I try to emulate it. It's just an exercise. I don't use the writing anywhere else. Yeah, but that's good. It gets those muscles moving, Sako says, I haven't heard from Lisa
Oh,
despite the.
we hadn't started yet, so they weren't sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I just popped in here, like, right as is my way, about 3 minutes before the stream started, so sorry if anybody was trying to reach me. Okay, there you go. Oh, so am I really far? Oh my god, I'm super far
Yeah. I
behind.
was about to
Okay.
say you're gonna have to start skipping here in a minute.
I know. All right, we're just gonna say hi. All right, RC says no booze. I'm weird enough without it. Mary says hi. Hi, Mary. We're very glad to see you. No booze for SD either. Exotic Expressions gonna have a nice cold beer while I listen and clean things up. Ah, that's very nice. Hey, cool gamer. Very very glad to see you. Banu's drinking zero sugar diet ginger ale, tastes like cream soda. Can I say,
Nice.
like 3 years ago, I went through a weird cream soda phase. There was this, I know I had some, I don't remember where we had it. I had a cream soda which I hadn't had in like 20 years. I had a cream soda and it was delicious. And then I found this cream soda at Publix that had no high fructose corn syrup in it. It was like sugar. It was insanely expensive for soda. It was like 4 little glass bottles. And I went through a thing where I swear to God they were out all the time because I was the person that was buying up all this cream soda. And I did that for like a month and then I haven't had it since. But I actually love cream soda. We might be the only two, but I love it. Okay.
It's so tasty.
SD says water. What are you drinking? Caro's drinking water tonight. Very nice. Victoria's here. Hey, Victoria. We are very glad that you came to plan with us
Got the
tonight.
California shirt.
I know, right? SD loves all the cute planners. We've got some soda happening. RC is representing the non-planners and the non-journalers. Victoria's got some peppermint tea going.
Nice.
Very nice. RC finally getting a routine after switching to nights. I got more writing done last night and even did my first outline. Yay! That is awesome. Very good. Sako is a Bujo planner. Very nice. RC is still continuing to give us crap. Also nice.
All right, you're at your quota. That was 2. That's what I said yesterday.
All right. SD says, I have an insane week. Trying to get so much writing done now. I appear on someone's channel every day, starting Wednesday through Sunday this coming week.
Oh, I salute you. Good.
Very nice. Very, very nice. We had a great interview was it a week ago? I think it was a week ago. My brain is like all jumbled. I should look in my calendar. I have it right here.
Yeah, I was about to say,
It
like,
was
I
like a
checked
week ago Friday, and it was awesome. Like really fantastic. Dun, dun, dun. All right. RC's going back to research, go over parts of a story I'm releasing, checking out Kindle formatting. Sako's like all about the Panzer's Punch,
That's
which
a
is
great
great.
name.
I know. I'll put the recipe on the description after that.
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
Very nice. Ginny Noble's here. Ginny's going to be planning the week. Brand new job. Awesome. And a trip at the end of the week. A lot of stuff that needs to be done the first 3 days. I feel ya. All right. Ginny's husband also on board with Snoop Dogg wine. Seriously. RC wants to know if it has weed in it. This was something I was curious about as well. All right. Jennifer trying to get things accomplished while dealing with COVID-19. Work for 30 minutes, sleep for 10 hours. That sucks. I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
I know
Jennifer.
that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's the worst. All right. Exotic Expressions need to plan some physical activities, spending too much time sitting, working on writing projects. Also need to plan time with my husband. I totally get that. All right. We have a great conversation happening. Very nice. All right. This is a good point. I want to talk about it for a second. This is why I have multiple projects. I think EEDF is going back to when we were talking about if you're like not feeling one project, moving on to another project. I think that's for some folks that keeps you from finishing anything, and for other people that is a really helpful way to sort of spend the energy where you have the passion that day. And so if it is something that you haven't tried, you definitely should.
Yeah, and I would also really encourage folks to actually be aware of like how much writing they actually are doing, because like I have like when I was tracking like what I was working on, I wasn't actually tracking the blog posts that I do too, right? And that
Mhm.
obviously takes to write, edit, and format and things like that.
Right.
And it's always like because you kind of take it for granted, you don't always understand how it's eating at your time. So
Right.
about yeah, once a year, I really have to sit down and kind of like track what I'm doing for like 2 weeks, and that helps me. And then I forget, and then I have to do it again the following year. But stuff changes, so.
It does. It really does change, and, I know I had the same schedule for years, and then we moved, and that didn't work anymore, and, sometimes some other things change, and so I really think that tracking your time as far as, like, where you are when you're writing, what time it is, where are you? Are you eating snacks? Are you listening to music? Are you listening to the ocean? Whatever is happening, it's shocking the information that you can glean from just, a couple of weeks of tracking that. It's
Mhm.
really surprising, sometimes, the things that you discover. All right. So let's start. Anybody who has not said what they're planning on, let us know. Let's see what we've got. Yep. Yeah, true. So true. So yeah, so if anybody hasn't let us know what they're going to be working on today, definitely let us know. But I think we're going to just go ahead and put up 15 minutes on the timer, and let me go ahead and do that. Sorry, I should be more organized.
You are organized. Stop being
I
so mean to yourself.
I
Oh my
I
goodness.
I always have more whenever I do share screen, I think I have like 3 windows open, but then I hit share screen and it's like you have 712 windows open. Like, yeah, I know. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started with 15 minutes of planning or writing or coming up with jokes if you're RC. And we'll come back when the timer hits 00, and we will talk a little bit more about planning and drinking, and we'll see what we're up to. All right, here we go. Start your stickers and liquor. In 3, 2, 1, hit it. All right. Very nice. We are back. All right. Let me just get this all turned off. Good. All right. How'd you do, Caro?
I got my pages set up to August, and I decided that for the July Camp Nano, I was gonna finish working on Sparks Flying, which is my troll novel for Tamara, because I threatened to have it published on her birthday, so I have to have it done a little sooner than her birthday in December. So I got a plan.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let me get rid of this banner. All right. There you go. So very nice. I just like was trying to figure out which projects do I have that I had scheduled for this week that I could let go of for this week and push off to later in the month. So that's what I was working on. JC joined us. Hello, JC. We are very, very glad to see you today. Caitlin, very nice to see you. Caitlin had a really great question. I want to be able to keep track of long and short-term goals so that I remain productive while I'm in between jobs. Any suggestions on where to start?
So my first thought is do like a brain dump of like the things that you want to get done, and then I usually do like the thought bubble thing where it's like, this is the thing I want to get done. I circle it, and then I circle what that looks like, because you've probably seen it too, Lisa, because whenever you go to somebody and you're like, hey, what is it that you want to do? And like, I want to get this done. It's like, okay, well, how are you going to get there? And they kind of give you like that deer in the headlights look, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'll give a weight example, and then I think you have a different example that you can give, Lisa, because you're way smarter than I am. But like, but you know, let's take for example, somebody says that I want to lose weight, right? And so then you have to be like, okay, well, how much weight do you want to lose? Is it 5 pounds? Is it 50? Like, what is it? And then you have to kind of like decide where you are right now. So if I say where I am right now that I want to lose 50 pounds, that's going to be really hard for me because I'm already at like 150. So me going down to like 100 pounds, first off, I'm going to be under my BMI. I'm probably going to be starving, you know, not realistic. But if I say I want to lose 5 pounds, that's way more realistic, right? And then after that, you have to ask yourself, how are you going to get there? Like, are you going to do it by like walking, exercising, you know, and how often are you going to do that? Diet, like, yeah. So that's,
yeah.
But
so this,
yeah.
Yeah. So the same thing is true for long-term goals and short-term goals. You want to figure out what it is you want to accomplish long-term and what it is you want to accomplish short-term. And as far as long-term goals, as Carol was saying, one of the best things to do is break those down into smaller, more manageable goals so that you are working towards something. And I do think I think sometimes if you don't break that down, then when you do have some available time, you don't know what the next thing is. And that can suck up that available time. And I remember, this is kind of crazy. When I was in college, I dated this guy whose father lived in New Orleans, and he was like, yeah, right. And it's a good place to go. Like if your dad happens to have, or your boyfriend's dad has a house in the French Quarter, like that's a pretty nice setup when you're in college. Anyway, he was like a big pool player, which is kind of funny. Super, super smart guy, but lived a life of debauchery in New Orleans, which is exactly the life he wanted to live. So God bless him, right? But he played pool quite a lot, and he used to always say the shot that you make is not as important as the leave. He'd always say it's all in the leave. It's all in the leave. Now I am a terrible pool player, but one of the things that thing that he used to say, that it's all in the leave, meaning like how you leave it for the, your next
follow
shot.
up.
Exactly. And I feel like that is true for so many things. And projects are definitely one of them. So if you know what your next step is before you have time to accomplish it, then when you do have the time, like when when you're in between jobs or projects and you want to be productive, if you already know the next thing you need to do, then you're going to be able to just go to your list and go, okay, now today I'm going to do this. I need I'm going to record an audiobook. So I need to, create an environment where I can record audio, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. And so, I think that's a really effective way to do that, is to always know what your next step is, so that when you do have that available time, that you're not wasting time figuring out what you want to do.
Yeah, and I guess the follow-up, if you're not used to doing that too, is you have to find a system that works really well for you. So some people like to use habit trackers, so we talked earlier about uh, like the weight thing, right? So like one of
Mhm.
the habits that you could do is like walk like 500 steps a day, right? Like
Right.
that would be like, did I walk my 500? Yeah, it's something that you can track. That's easy enough to do within an hour every day. That's usually what I try and encourage people to do. But I'm going to circle this back to the system thing, because I have it's not complex. It looks really complicated when you see it, but it's pretty flawless for me. But one thing that I notice is that I don't have a leave system set up for it, right? So it's like when I finish this thing, I forget what I have to do afterwards until it's like I have to do it, and then I'm like, oh my goodness. And I also have a bad, and I'm getting better at it because I'm kind of doing it as it pops up, but I have like a bad warning system, right? So like if I have something due in 2 days, I don't actually look at the next 2 days because I have so much stuff that I'm doing every day. So what happens is I get to the day of and I'm not ready. So then I'm scrambling to get it done. So I've made it so that way Notion gives me like a 2-day warning now. It's like, hey, in 2 days you have to do this. And I'm like, okay. So then I just like do little tiny things for it.
That's
So
that's really nice. This is another good thing about using a Kanban system, which for those of you who aren't familiar, Kanban is where you essentially are grouping your tasks into to do, doing, or done.
done.
And one of the great things about that is that if if you're breaking down your project and you have all of the list of things that need to be accomplished in your to-do section, the other great thing about that is that when you find you have some time in between your projects or in between jobs to work on this, you'll see all the tasks that still need to be done, which is great because sometimes you have an available hour, but sometimes you have an available day. And if you have all your tasks that you need to accomplish in one place for a particular project that you want to do, then it's really easy to go, okay, I've got 2 hours today. I can do this one.
Yeah.
And that
I
you're
have
making progress. You're not trying to figure out like, okay, what do I need? What do I got to do? Yeah.
I have a question for you, Lisa, because this is something that came up with a guy that I work with in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's got a Kanban system too, and it works really well for him. And I told him to do this thing. You tell me if it was a good idea. But because he works in art, he'll go and send something off and it's technically done, but it's not finished because now it's pending on another person. So I told him to make another column that says dependent because he's dependent on another person.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you would recommend, or what's your thought?
Yeah, I think that's actually a great idea because then it doesn't like you're basically waiting for feedback. So either they're going to say, and this is especially helpful if you are writing like freelance pieces, right? If you've got freelance writing that you're doing where you've finished your part of the project unless there are revisions. And so you have like a pending column, or you can name it whatever you want, where you're waiting for review. And so maybe it's done or maybe it needs a set of revisions, but at least then it doesn't like fall off the because for me, if I don't see it, it doesn't exist anymore. And
Yeah.
so, right. So then at least it doesn't fall off the radar forever, which is my big challenge. Yeah.
I feel it. Yeah,
Yeah. I really do need to have, this is why I think you were the person actually who first introduced me to the Kanban system. And I love it so much because I am such a visual person. And so it just allows me to keep everything like I can see it easily, but it's organized. It's not like 1,000 little sticky notes. So I love it. I totally love it. All right. So do we say hi to JC? I think we did. Hi, JC.
we did.
We're very
But
glad to
JC's
see
cool enough
you.
to get 2 hellos.
She definitely is. All right. Exotic Expression says, I'm so glad this video came out tonight. I would never have thought to dust my planner off and actually put it to use. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. She says, Caitlin, I'd make a master list first of all of your goals and then separate them into 2 categories, one being long-term, the other being short-term goals. Yeah, that is, I think, so important, right? The other thing is that if you don't give yourself at least some sort of a deadline, and it doesn't have to be a hard deadline, and maybe you can even move it if you need to, But if I don't have some kind of deadline on my projects or my goals, then they just keep rolling over. And
Yeah.
so, right. So I always want to make sure that that I'm lining them up just
And
like
they have to be
if someone's paying
realistic
you.
deadlines.
Yeah.
Yeah, realistic deadlines too, because like I ran into like I know why she did it this way, and I kind of
Mhm.
respect it, but at the same time, I was like, maybe not. But somebody wanted to write like full like 100,000 word books in like a month, and I was like, why would you do that, right? And they have an illness, and they're like, I only have so much time. Like, okay, that I get and I respect, but are you going to actually be able to keep up that workload? Because 100,000 words in a month is like literally that's all you're doing from 9 to 5.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
That's a lot. Ooh.
yeah.
All right. So I just popped my
I think
headphones
the
right under
most
my ears there.
I think the most I ever wrote in a month was like 83,000 words, and I know that they were all like me rewriting scenes at the same time too.
I have never written that many words in a month. I don't know how many I've written, but it's never been that much. Although, like writing wise, as far as book writing, maybe I have actually, because by the end of the year last year, I was up to a I was up to 5,000 words a day, although I was most comfortable right around 4. Like I felt really wiped out when I
Mm-hmm.
was doing 5 a day, which is something I worked up to for the entire year. And so that, if you figure I was writing 4 to 5 days a week at that speed, that, let's say 20,000 words a week, so that's 80,000 in a month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but it's not I think, like, I got up to 5, but I will say that 4 is kind of my sweet spot, where I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm being productive enough at 4, but I'm not so brain dead by the end of the day like I am. Like that extra 1,000 really did make a difference for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ginny said, "Didn't plan, made dark chocolate covered strawberries."
What are you talking about?
That
That's self-care.
I know, right? That sounds really delicious. Mary, I've got several weeks worth of old dates stickered over in my planner. I also discovered earlier today, when you run out of correction tape, a white gel pen can be a half decent substitute. Oh, that's great.
No, I
Very
love doing
nice.
that. Yeah.
Sako's got her planning all finished, so she's screwing around on TikTok. All right, that's
Tick-
very
The,
nice.
the tickety talk talks.
Caitlin says, "It's funny you mentioned the brain dump. I wrote a few pages of smaller, bite-sized pieces of larger, more abstract goals to start."
No, good. Fantastic.
That is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. All right. Oh, we've got a little robot who's coming to visit us. Let's just put them in timeout. Okay. So SD got some writing done and planned my next newsletter. Very good. I just sent my newsletter out on Friday, and I had so much going on Friday day that I did not get it out until late at night. But I had so I usually ask my newsletter people some sort of a question, or if I do a book giveaway, I'll name like several books and say, "Hey, which one of these would you most like to win?" And for my next book giveaway, I'm giving away The Seat Filler by Soraya Wilson, which I really loved. It was very cute. And it was a seat filler as a person that like goes to award shows, and they don't like to have empty seats when the camera's panning over. So they hire people in formal wear to go sit in the empty seats while stars are like going to the bathroom or whatever. And it's like a great it's like a perfect setup for a rom-com. Actually, I can't believe no one thought of it before. It was darling. And and so the question I asked was, who would you like to sit next to excuse me, at an awards show? And I always ask questions, and I almost always get a really good response, but I got like a mountain of emails back for that particular question, and I was very surprised at some of the answers. I was very surprised, because I always think of my readers as being sort of within a certain age range. But I got not one but two Sean Connerys that was very surprising to me. And I mean, it was really the gamut, like from like some K-pop guys to Timothy Chalamet to, am I saying his name right? I think I am. All the way to Sean Connery, and I thought, like, how old is that reader? So anyway, I mean, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe she's like 30 and she's like, "Ooh, Sean Connery." So who knows? But I was really surprised. So there we go. SD says, "I love that idea. Oh, I'm so glad. Feel free to steal it." Um, seriously. So yeah, I always do that. One thing that helps with your deliverability, if you are engaging with your newsletter folks and they respond back to you, then the email, the Google, Gmail, and Apple, and the various email delivery systems do not think you're a spammer if your people email back and you actually have a conversation.
Oh, that
So
explains why you respond to my newsletters, because you've done that a few times. I was like, what is she doing? I'm so confused. Like, do I respond back? Like,
yeah, why not? I do. I'll like have conversations. I had said one time, like, please send me something to let me know you're not a robot. And like somebody sent me like this delicious recipe for like pumpkin muffins. And I'm like, my readers are awesome. So, oh, I don't know, Jennifer. Is Sean Connery passed away? I hope not. I hope not. But you know what? One of my other
no,
readers
he
wanted to sit
is.
next to, is he dead?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I don't want to
sorry.
tell.
I didn't want to mention it, but yeah.
Well, I had another reader that wanted to sit next to Elvis, but she did mention she was like she would like to sit next to young
Oh
Elvis.
yeah. Oh, okay. I'm glad that we have a time machine to make this happen right
Yeah,
now.
well, it's okay. I mean, it was just who would you like to sit next to at an award show? I did not say dead or alive, but if you want to sit next to young Elvis, more power to you. I'm cool with
I
that.
guess I want to sit next to Marilyn Monroe and ask how that whole White House thing went down.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a good
Yeah.
question. I know I'd like to take her out for cocktails and have a discussion with her about some of her life choices.
Yes.
I got some advice from Marilyn Monroe. Let's go ahead and do another sticker sprint. Let's go ahead and do another planning sprint.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
My little share screen here.
I might get a whole another month done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run into this thing where I finish like outlining the rest of the year, and I'm gonna have blank pages. I'm gonna stare at them and probably fill them with story ideas that I don't need, but I'm gonna do it.
You should. You can always just transfer them to your next one.
How dare?
I know. I don't mind. I do end up with some extra pages because I tend to not really use the pages that they always give you at the end of the planner. Like, because first of all, by the time I get to December, like that last week of December, I almost never work. And so those pages. Although sometimes I'll put notes in there like, oh, don't forget to add this into your planner next year. So sometimes I do that, but I do not fill up 20 pages worth of stuff. All right, let's go ahead and do our let's do a little planner sprint for 15 minutes.
Yes,
and when we come back, we will chat some more about planning and stickers. All right, everybody, if you have stickers tonight, this is our question for when we come back. What's your favorite sticker that you like to put in your planner? Like the one where you're going like, ooh, I like that.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm already ready. Yeah, but not yet. I'm gonna wait. You all have to wait.
I know. I'll put it up on the board, but what's your, if you could only put one sticker in your planner.
Like more than once?
Oh yeah, that's it. Right. Oh, I have two actually that I would have a really hard time picking between. I'll have to decide. All right. So your favorite sticker that you like to put in your planner. All right, here we go. We're going to do a 15-minute planning sprint in 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, here we go. Let's stop that share. Okay. There we go. I was going to say I don't hear Caro, but there you are. All right. So, all right, sharing time, you guys. Oh, we lost Jennifer and who else do we lose?
I think SD Hudson had to.
SD left. Mary's got to hop off. Meds are kicking in, making me sleepy.
How
Very
dare?
nice. I
How
know,
dare?
right? All right, Mary, we're very glad that you are here today. So same for Jennifer and SD. So very nice, you guys. All right, here we go. Sharing time.
How
Ready,
did you?
Caro? Favorite
Oh,
sticker.
favorite sticker. Okay, I was like, what are we sharing? Okay. So my favorite stickers right now are these word count stickers.
Uh
Um,
huh.
I pastel word boxes, and all of her stuff's right on there. So
Nice. I
it's like
like
in the,
those.
yeah, and it's in like a like I say it's in um it it basically looks like this when you put it on the page.
Hold on, wait. Let me make you big again. Oh, that looks nice. Very, very nice. Super cool. All right, that's pretty cool. So, funnily enough, my favorite stickers are also word count stickers. I did not have a sheet that did not have at least some missing. So, ta-da, they're little typewriters, but then you put your word count like right here on the piece of paper,
Oh, I
which
love that.
I know, right? I really love it. Etsy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a really hard time between these, which ultimately won. And also, I have these little money bag stickers that are like sparkly green money bag stickers because I think like every time I get like if I get paid royalties or I get paid for a writing project or a freelance gig or Amazon payment or whatever, I always put a little money bag sticker on that page because I think that just like lets the universe know like I'm happy about this, I'm celebrating, please send more. So yeah.
I need more cash. Please
I
send.
need more cash. I'd like it to be delivered in large, sparkly money bags, just like this.
Yes.
So yeah, so those are my favorite. But the little typewriter word count stickers are super adorable, and those are my favorites. All right, we had somebody had said, here we go. I love my icon stickers from Busy Bee Sticker Company on Etsy. I have some for doctor, dentist, paydays, etc. It makes things so much easier to mark since I write big.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I love that. Somebody else said, Ginny said, my favorite stickers are the star stickers that teachers use. I have lots of different colors and I use them to mark off goals, tasks for the day, etc.
Stickers.
Love that. Absolutely love that. It's so funny because I did not used to use stickers in my planner. And
What got you
now,
on that train?
huh?
What got you doing that? Was it the
Uh
plan? You were doing it
yeah,
before though.
yeah, I did it before then. I don't know what started me. I used to always like really admire people who had these like beautiful planners and they'd have like all these curly cues and I think like that is a lot of time spent doing artwork. And then I realized like wait a minute, those are stickers. And so and so then I started and then like this is the bad thing about stickers is like once you start getting them, then you're like a nut. Also, I use the Erin Condren planner and they come with stickers in the back. And so then you suddenly want to buy more stickers, right? Because they have like a whole, like, look, there's a bunch of stickers in there. You get like some, and then I always like will buy like the little sticker packs, the extra ones. And then I found, um, oh my gosh, what's your name? Procrastiplanner on
Oh
Etsy.
yeah.
And I spent an insane amount of money at that shop, but our stickers are so perfect for authors and for author tubers. And if you like are doing Sarah Cannon's HB90 planner
Mm-hmm.
system, like she has stickers for that, which is pretty cool.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, it really is. I know. Plus, I really love her. Like, I love that whole vibe. Oh, there it is. I love that whole vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like the color, it matches my branding.
It does. I was about to say, it's like that looks like your background there.
I know, right? So, if you find stickers that are super coordinated to your branding, don't you have to buy them? I think
Yeah,
so.
I gotta use them. I need
Yeah.
more skulls. More skull stickers.
More skull stickers. Yeah. So when we moved, like I have done this for a long time because I had a lot of moves earlier on. And so I always put like some sort of identifying tape on everybody, like for like my daughter's room, my son's room, everybody, like every box or room gets like a different color. And the horror geek got like duct tape with like skulls all over it.
Nice.
And it's totally your vibe, Caro. I think you would
Clearly a
really,
man of
yeah.
culture. I approve.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of awesome. So, yeah. All right, let's see what everybody else says. Anybody else have a sticker love? I don't think so.
I always gotta be careful with stickers because those things will bulk up a planner like nobody's business. Like I don't know if you can actually see it or not. Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like they'll bulk that thing up. What I really like. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. The Hobonichi planners, right?
Mhm.
They're like they look like they're this thick, but they're because it's like that Bible paper stuff. It's actually like
Uh-huh.
twice as many pages, right? But I love to watch like the end of the year flip through of them because like ladies got them like that thick, right?
I love that. That's so
And
funny.
I'm like, I
Also,
just
I totally knew what you meant when you said Bible paper. I could like imagine that like crazy thin. Yes. Yeah,
because
exactly.
I know it has an official name, but it's like one of those things where it's like I could use the official name or I could use the Caro name, and everybody's still gonna get it.
Everybody knows what you mean when you say Bible paper. That is true. Right, because we all have seen, well, not maybe not everybody. Probably everybody though. Even if you've never read a Bible, you probably flip through one in a hotel room. So,
They are there.
and
It's true. One in
and just
every hotel room.
I know, I always think that's funny. It's sort of genius, like from a marketing perspective, right? To
Oh,
get
see. There's a comment that's backing up my comment there.
All right, hold on.
That's
Oh,
me.
look at that. Okay, very good.
I expect a full review, Sky,
Uh-huh.
in private.
Very nice. She gets some stuff done. You got to give her that. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always impressed because like not only is Sarah like knocking out videos and writing books and doing all these courses and all these amazing things, but also she and her family move constantly. Like they're always like, "Yeah, we're in a brand new house." Because I think they've just been sort of going from one um like what am I trying to say, like verbo or kind of rental place to another, which is kind of cool. Like it's a good way to sort of get to know people and live in different areas, and if your kids are young enough or they're homeschooled or something where it's not going to be super disruptive to them, it's kind of an interesting thing to do. um I would not like it. I don't travel. I mean, they must travel really light, except I've seen all her planner stuff, so I
Yeah, I was
can't even
about to say
imagine.
not Sarah. Sarah's got like
Yeah.
Sarah. If you had to pack up Sarah's room, it'd be like packing up like my office because I've got like all the books and stuff, right? Like,
Mhm,
actually,
mhm.
I told Mr. Brown that if we moved again, I was just gonna get rid of all the books because like when I packed out, I would get rid of all the books except for the signature ones. But like I think it must have been like eight, like no, not eight, like 12 boxes just of books. And watching the guys lift those was both funny and kind of sad. I was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. We're too far gone. I have too many books. The horror geek has too many books, and we both love them. We're like, we don't need kitchen stuff. We'll just have the books.
I
Yeah.
would purposely buy rolly luggage to put all the books in because then at least you could like roll it around.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
used to do. Yeah.
Nice. Very, very nice. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Oh, okay. So, hi, Alexa. Very nice to see you. They just bought a house, though. Super pretty on the walkthrough. I'll have to go back and look.
Mm.
Caitlin says, I'm not. Caitlin says, I love it's Hobonichi, right?
Yeah.
Hobonichi journals. They get thick super fast, and the
Tomo. That's the paper. That's the Bible paper.
Yeah, it takes a lot of abuse for being so thin.
I
Very
almost
nice.
bought one today. I was doing my thing where because I was thinking about you today, so I was like, oh man, maybe I should get like another planner. And I was like, I literally just bought this. Like I literally just bought this notebook. I have to kill it first before I buy another one. Like that's my rule. So the only thing I did was buy a new mechanical pencil. That was it. Actually, I
Oh,
didn't
that
even
was
hit the
it.
buy button on that. I'm gonna do that now.
That's good. That's very nice. I do love some good paper. Although I think it's from all my years of working in advertising. I really like nice, heavy, substantial stock, paper stock.
I just like it was so funny when I think I was a year into teaching and I was also a year into trying to be like a writer and I would go to like this writing group
Mhm.
and like I never gave two tosses about paper quality until somebody brought in bad paper one day and I was just like, oh, why do you hate me? This is like the $1 store paper, man. Like I'm afraid I'm gonna rip it.
That's so funny. I'm always like anytime there's a choice of paper stock, I'm always like, "Oh, I'll take the heavier stock." I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really have to get used to this mic. I feel so like podcastery though. Like, look how cool this is. Ooh,
It is super podcast. It is.
so fancy with its big arm. Although Mike installed it, and this part will go up, like part of the arm will go up, except I can't. He's got it like tweaked too high that I can't. I have to get him in here to like loosen it for me.
You
He's
think?
too manly with his big arms. I can't do. I can't do it.
I have
Yeah,
I
I'll send
have
more.
the arm for this mic. You guys can't see it. It's over here. I put it right here. But the arm for it's up there, and I can't remember why I moved it down here. There was something happened on your stream where it's like I have to move the mic, but I can't remember now.
I don't know. I don't know. I am like I'm kind of I don't know. All right.
Oh, I remember what it was. Mr. Brown was in a meeting. I was trying to talk softer, but I had to put the mic closer to my face.
That'll do it. All right, I get that. All right, it's 9:25. Should we Oh, Caitlin says they have really cool covers. They did a collab with Animal Crossing and those covers sold out fast.
Yeah, they're smart. They know what they're doing. I just wish they would do it more often.
Love that. That is totally awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more at least one more, maybe one more. Let's do another planner sprint here.
No,
I'm
Amazon's
sure
recommending journals. I have to close this. Okay.
He's like, "No, I can't do it."
Nope. I gotta kill this one. That's the goal. This one's gotta die. So
Yeah, I get that. I don't think I had like I love a good notebook, but I really only do well, I have 2 planners. I have like sort of my regular life planner and then I have my publishing planner. And the only reason I have 2 planners is because my good friend Carol Brown says if it's really important, it should have its own planner. So I separated out my publishing and I have to say I really do love that. But I could not juggle multiple planners because I think I would feel like I would forget to look. Like I would have
yeah,
too many to look at. Already
yes,
now I'm like,
like Sarah Cannon, she's got like the headspace to do that, and I really admire it. I just wish I could emulate it. Like she's thinking at a level that I can only like admire from afar.
yes. Yes, I can totally appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and do another 15-minute planner sprint. I'm going to pop this up. Here we go. And let's start planning in 3, 2, 1. Plan. All right, here we go. Fantastic. All right, how did everybody do with that last round of planning? I have my podcast stickers out because I'm working on planning my audiobook recording for the Become a Famous Romance Author book.
That's gonna be so fun for you to do. I just know it.
I know, I'm very excited about it. Actually, I have always loved, like, I always really loved radio interviews, and I always felt pretty comfortable with the mic, and so I hope that it'll work out okay. I guess we'll find out. But I always like to learn new things too, so it's something I feel like once I get to know what I'm doing that I'll be comfortable. And I took a whole class and everything, so we'll see how that goes. But we'll see. It's good to
Yeah,
try new
kudos.
things.
Yeah, kudos to you. I respect you mucho for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Exotic Expression Dance Fitness says almost 10 o'clock here, so definitely winding down for the night now, but made some great progress. Thanks so much for hosting us. Yes, we will definitely be finishing up here in the next 10 or 15 minutes as well. So thank you so much for being here. It's so funny because it always seems like a great idea, and sometimes we have like so much energy on Sunday night, but I will have to say I've been kind of mellow on this particular stream. YouTube,
Well,
it's a
it's
vibe.
yeah. I was about to say like we're there, mood,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
relatable. Well, I don't know what the new hip word for it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I always tell people that this is probably the best time to actually make plans because your current energy level usually kind of dictates like what you try to do moving forward. So if you try to plan with high energy, you do that.
Mhm. You over plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And then you feel like you're underperforming.
Mhm.
So
And then
you're
you say,
saying,
what?
yeah. It's actually some really good strategery on our point to be like, let's drink and wait until we're dead tired and then plan our
And
weeks.
then plan it like I'm
Yeah.
tired. I need a nap.
Yeah. Right? I'm ready for bed. I'm just going
Yeah.
to get in bed.
Yeah.
I know it. I know it.
I finished setting up. I didn't do the week spreads because I was like, that's too much effort for me right now. But I figured out like where the year was going to end in this book, and then I was like, I have like a whole bunch of gaps here now, so I was like, I started going on to Google and looking up like spreads for writers and stuff like that, and they're those spreads for writers are just like normal spreads. So I was like,
Mhm. That's true. Yeah, so I'm really set for April because I'm starting a new book project in April. But I definitely want to get that audiobook knocked out for March, but like I said, I have next week's going to be insane. This week, I guess, cuz it's Sunday night. This week's going to be insane. I have a lot more work than I have time, so I'm going to have to really do a good job with managing that.
which you
Uh,
always do. So
Yeah. Well, it's worse than usual. I have once again, or I have no concept of time. This is why I'm so reliant on my planner because I always like think I have time to do that. I have time to do that. And yeah, anyway. So sometimes I don't. Sometimes time does not expand to meet my needs.
I have a one guy that I work with, and I say that he's on Fae time.
Mhm.
Because you know how like in mythology, Fae like have no concept of time, like one
Yeah,
second's like 100 years, or
that's
vice
me.
versa for them. Yeah, I was like, you operate on Fae time, like you like the idea of time does not make sense to
It
you.
does not. It does not. This is actually a legit thing that some people do not have a real concept of time. And I am one of those people. I have always really struggled with this. And I just don't like my brain is like could be I say, "Oh, it'll be 10 minutes," and it's like 2 hours later. No idea. I make
I'm
the
fully
horror
aware of this.
yeah, I know, right? I make the horror although I do usually manage to start the streams on time, so that's always a benefit.
Well,
Of course
sometimes you'll be like, let's talk in 10 minutes. I'll be like, okay, cool, and then I'll set my clock for 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'd like to
great.
apologize to all my punctual friends. I do make the horror geek absolutely insane with my complete lack of a because he's like 10 minutes means 9 minutes. And for me, 10 minutes means 20 to 45 minutes. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't do it intentionally. I really just like, ah. So, to answer your question, Eva, the boozing and planning is going great. How
It's
are you doing
wonderful.
tonight? We're very glad that you are here.
Mhm.
Yeah. So what is your next big project, everybody? Let's talk about that before we go tonight. So like what is the next kind of big thing that you are going to be doing or the next 2 or 3 big things if you want to do that? So, next big 3 projects for you, Caro.
Oh, wow. Okay, diving straight into that. Let me pull up my planner.
Okay.
I know, right? Well, the next one is that I need to finish the draft of Blood in the Rain by the end of April. So that's my April project.
Mhm.
Because
Uh-huh.
it's actually a gift for somebody whose birthday's in June, so I kind of have to finish it. And
Mhm.
it's the first week of June too, so I can't like be kind of like maybe finish it by June now. I have to get done. And then after that, let's see. Actually, I finished Ball and Chain. I can cross that off. So now I'm looking at this. Unrestrained Mistress is actually done. I have to finish Sparks Flying. That's what I have to do.
Mhm.
Yeah, Sparks
Mhm.
Flying's gotta get done. Yeah, that's actually, Blood in the Rain is probably like the biggest one that I have to get done because last time I looked at that word count it was like 100,000. So yeah,
All right, that's
and
good.
and the best thing about a book that big is that I get to edit it too.
That is exciting. That is exciting. So my next project is audiobook. My project after that is my first in a series, which I'm working. I'll start in March or in April, so I'm very excited about that. And after that, depending on how well the audiobook goes for Become a Famous Romance Author, I'm looking at maybe doing the audiobook for 15 minutes, but I'm not sure on that one yet. So we'll see. Those are my next 3 sort of big projects. And in the meantime, I also have to figure out how I'm going to get some videos edited and get those up. All right. So let's see. Sky says I have to write the first draft of an erotica story this month, edit another short story, and those are the 2 she's got on her plate. Still, those are 2 pretty big projects. Anybody else? What else are you guys working on? What are your next 3 projects you've been planning?
I'm just surprised that I went ahead and was kind of like, I'm just gonna go finish these things now.
Yeah.
I guess that means I have more stuff to do.
So Eva says my health derailed me a bit today, but getting the site back online is number 1, which will take all month before it's complete again. Yes, I know.
That's a
Yeah,
thing.
it is. Number 2, finish this draft this month for submission. Yay. And number 3 is a draft I want to finish for Vella publication. Good for you.
Oh, good
Nice.
job.
Very, very nice work. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. How about the rest of you? Does anybody else want to share what they're working on? Next 3 projects, next 1 project,
Next to anything. What are
next
y'all
anything?
doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of dying to know. All right. I know I did have yeah, I did I did have like I'm a little bit behind on my goals for the year, but not crazy behind. I had to kind of do some adjustment just based on life stuff, which sometimes that happens. Like,
Yeah. Well, you're
yeah,
still in the first quarter, so
I am, and I'm still actually making pretty good progress. So I feel pretty good about it. And I was like, am I going to try to cram in this one extra project and maybe not do as great a job on it as I would like to? Or am I going to just take that off my plate so that I'm going into second quarter, April, which is where I have really cleared the decks in order to write the first book in the new series that I'm doing. First book in my first series, actually. I've never done a series before. And so I decided, like that the other project could be delayed till later in the year, and that I really wanted to sort of go into it fresh and rested, and
Mhm.
also that wanted to do a better job on the project that I'm pushing back than like the time that I have would allow. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, we already did this one. Sorry about that. And of course the HB90 course. I forgot that. I guess that's a third project. I am very interested to hear your thoughts on that.
Mhm.
That is one of those things where I'm like, oh, I sort of want to take that course, and I wonder what
Oh, you know what we can do? We can drag Sky onto the stream next month, and have her tell us about it. And
yeah.
speaking of next month, that was my plug for is
I
the
love it.
third is the third of Sunday good for you?
It is the 3rd of Sunday. I actually have already look at this. I've already written it down right
Oh, good
there.
job.
I know. So that is going to be 8 p.m. on April 3rd over on Caro's channel for
Yeah,
the next Boozy Plannerama. So make sure to put that in your calendar right this very minute so that you can come hang out with us. So there you
yeah.
go. Oh, so I have to show you this funny thing. So my plan is really, like I said, to clear the decks for April. But
Uh-huh.
one of the things is you can see April 1st starts on a Friday, and April or March 31st is obviously on a Thursday. That happens when April 1st is on a Friday. And I have like this like schedule newsletter. So I basically have like schedule my newsletter should go out on the 1st, but I have on the 31st to schedule 3 newsletters so that I am not worried about them at all in April. And of course
That's
it's a month.
smart.
We'll see how that goes. I generally like I sometimes will schedule them ahead if I'm going to be gone or something, but I've never scheduled 3 ahead, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I'll let you know. All right, so let's see. Eva behind oop, this thing keeps popping out. It's like jumping out of my ear. Behind goals for the season, but giving myself grace. Always a good plan. Trying to soak up family time on the good days and stay underwhelmed with the non-writerly things on the plate. The season isn't over yet. True. Very
Mhm.
true. Let's see. I adopted Maggie's extreme goals and dubbed my 2022 goals hashtag hold my toddler 2022. I think that's awesome. There you go. Okay, fantastic. You're on. And hi, Mama Ward. We're very glad to see you. So sorry I missed the start. I'll be catching the replay. To be honest, I forgot because the medication makes my mind more muddled than usual.
Weird.
Totally get that. We are very, very glad that you made it though. Let's see. Forgot there was a time change until I came back and YouTube was like not 18, not 8 p.m. your time. Yeah, true. So true. All right. Well, we're at 9:55 and I feel like this is sort of a good time to kind of wrap up. So,
I agree.
yeah. I'm happy though. I got my week next week planned. Hopefully that will be enough to keep me out of trouble and on track for all the stuff that I need to do. And so yeah, so thanks so much you guys for all being here and planning together. Caro, do you want to do your outro and we'll say goodbye?
I will do it just because you asked.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. So my name is Kara Brown. I'm a urban fantasy author. Some of those books on the wall over there. Actually, I wrote all those books. I came here today to get my pages set up for the rest of my hashtag Hold My Latte 2022, and I got everything but the weekly pages set up. So I'm gonna call that a win. And I think that's all I got right now.
Very, very
Yeah.
nice. Good job.
Thanks.
I got uh most of my month was already sort of planned out, not down to the detail, but I had a lot of it already done. And I really needed like the nitty gritty of this week. And so I did get that done. And I'm very happy about that. Let's make sure, like, let's keep our fingers crossed that I'm actually able to execute that because I'm a little concerned. So I'll let you know. This is one of those weeks where, you know, how you always say, like, plan like you're going to be sick. This week is so full of stuff just sort of by accident and other projects getting pushed around that I literally am just going to have like the greatest week of my life writing wise, which I do not care to plan that way, but sometimes that's just how that's how the dice roll. So that's what you got to do. So hopefully I'll be able to pull that off. And if not, well, you'll find me crying on Friday afternoon. So thanks for being here, you guys. I'm Lisa Daly. I write uh, nonfiction dating and writing advice, as well as contemporary romance. Ooh, you can kind of see my book pictures on the back too. On my little. There we go. Let's see. So fancy. All right. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We are so glad to see you, Eva. I'm so glad you made it for the tail end. Also, and I'm glad. I hope you guys all found it helpful. I like to plan with you guys. I think it's fun, and it's enjoyable. And who enjoys stickers more than us? Huh? Nobody. All right. So,
I don't know, but we should have them on the show. We should talk about stickers.
I know, right? I sort of feel like I want to have I want to have the procrastinator planner lady. I can't think what her name is. She's actually also an author, and I know I really want to have her on. So we'll have to do that one time.
I totally encourage this.
I know, right? And I told her like, "Hey, we need some author tube stickers." I'm like, they should have this and this and this." And she's like, "Okay, I'm going to put that on my list to do." So I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Oh, Sky, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Stickers. Yes. All right. Well, you guys have a fabulous, healthy, happy. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Love her. I'm actually friends with her on Twitter, mostly just because every time I buy stickers, I'm like, I love you. These are the greatest stickers ever. But she's really super cool. And so, and she was really enthusiastic when I told her about the BOOZY PLANNER-O-RAMA. So I feel like she would be pretty open to coming on. Oh my gosh, may or may not be part of a sticker of the month club that mails monthly stickers now. Have more stickers than journal pages. Sticky, for those curious, hold on, I'm writing this down. Sticky, like I need more stickers, but I sort of
Yes, you do. That's the answer is yes.
Yes. Eva says, I have AuthorTube stickers on my site when it's back up. Be sure to peep it when if you see things go back online. Ooh, could you drop a link, Eva? I would super
Well,
love
her site's not up yet, or she would.
Yes. All right. Well, I didn't know
We'll
if
get
she
you
said
next
it.
time.
Yeah. Let us know when you're back online. I guess I read that and my brain wasn't all the way occupied. I thought it was like, on Etsy where they go, oh, like this shop is closed temporarily. Like, like, oh, the person's taking a break or whatever. Like the shop is still up, but you know that the person's away and not taking orders.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hoping for that. Thank you so much. You have an awesome week. Also, you guys are fantastic. We love you, and we will see you next time, which is April 3. See, we've got a thing. Bookend Lane is a site, but it's offline for a bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Got two things to look at. All right,
I'm just gonna grab it from the stream later.
I know, right? Fantastic. All right, guys, you have a fantastic week, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.